Welcome back to Manual Liberty. I'm Connor, and today we're here back in the garage. You're probably wondering why that I'm recording everything in the dark, and you can probably even hear the little generator there in the background. Hopefully not too bad. But we are currently in the middle of Hurricane Helen, or Helene, whatever. Been really bad. I practically live in the middle of the Appalachian region, and during my lifetime, we've never had any kind of weather here like what we've been having, and we didn't even get the brunt of it. North Carolina and practically all around, all the way down to Florida, got hit really bad. If you probably looked into it, but if you haven't, I would really encourage you to look into that. And I mean, a lot got affected, but we'll be working in the dark today, and I wanted to have a video. Well, I wanted to have, for me, kind of an objective to do while I can't really do anything without any power. I had a lot planned, but here we are. I'm trying to make it out of it whatever I can. Again, got a generator the other day. Well, yeah, we've been out of power now for a 3-day, 2-night period currently, and it won't be on until another day or two at minimum right now, off of the EPA. But for the car today, we're going to be going back to the drawing board on the computer-aided drafting and modeling type thing, and I'm going to be trying to come up with a better pedal in order to heel toe, and I'll get in the car here with a lot and kind of elaborate on what that I'm wanting to do. Alright, we're down here in the pedal area now at the 3-pedal car. Only right way to go. But anyway, ultimately what I'm wanting to do will be able to more conveniently heel toe, and if I could get my hand in here, it'll be, move that up there, it'll be heel or toe here, heel on the pedal. And the problem with the current factory deal, that the pedal here will be way too far back and too far to the right in order to really do that. I'm already a wide foot kind of guy anyway, but I find it pretty hard to do that, or in a manner that would really help anyway. But ultimately what I'm wanting to do will be to bring that pedal up a bit and to make it a little bit wider. That way I don't have to worry about my toe coming off the brake pedal, and kind of have it more all around more convenient to do. But I'm going to figure out now currently how to remove the pedal or the entire thing and then the pedal. But right now, from what I can tell, I've got 1, 2, 3 10mm to take out for the entire pedal thing and the connector. If I want to go that route, I've not yet looked at if you can remove the pedal individually, but I'll look at that right now and I'll come back to you. And after coming back here, try to give you a little bit of light, I opted to go ahead and remove the entire pedal thing. You've got a little connector at the top you'll have to unlock, and then you can unconnect the connector. After you get that far, you'll need a T25 in order to get right there, and I'll go ahead and take that off now. And after you remove that bolt out of here, you'll be able to pull your bolt out, and after that you'll be left with that little cover type deal thing here. And what I'll probably end up doing will be trying to follow the contour of that, along with bringing it up and over that way a hair. I'm not too worried about having anything to go back and let nut in. I've got the what do they call that? I'll elaborate more on that when we get back in there. I can't think of the name of it, but I think that I'll be able to, I think I have one big enough for that thread. Looks like maybe a 5 or whatever, maybe. I don't really know, but I'll definitely look into it when we get back near the computer. And now that we're back on the computer here, you can tell that I've already gotten the either photo that I took, one for the front profile and one at the right profile, in order to get the angle that I need. And I went ahead and kind of labeled on there the whatever I got from the caliper in order to, get it to be how big I need it to be. And I'll let it play a little bit here, but nothing too fun to look at overall. I'm trying to, get everything roughly drawn. That way, when I kind of upscale it, it will hopefully, come over fairly accurate. But I've got the front part of the pedal made now here, and I am moving it over to be brought up to how big that I got the real life millimeter to here in a moment. There we go. Now I've got it fairly accurate to how big it needed to be. And now that I've got it drawn out fairly well, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up a few millimeters. That way I can kind of round it off and get it made how I need it to be. But I've got it moved back here now in order to continue working with it. And I'm going to go ahead and draw in the arc of the pedal. That way I can get a better idea of how to cut it to, verify that I can kind of form it and bolt it up to the factory pedal unit thing, whatever you want to call it. And I'll go ahead and rotate it down now and move my arc over to the flat front profile of the pedal. And I've got to kind of line it up here in order to, get the entire length of the arc correct to the front profile of the pedal. And I'm going to go ahead and move that arc of the pedal over to the front part. That way I can kind of take that and cut it out to what I need it to be. You could do it the other way, like building the arc to begin with and then taking that out. However, I didn't really know how big I wanted, or well, rather the width and how thick I wanted to make the pedal. And I figured that it would be kind of more convenient to cut it out rather than kind of form it, around one parameter. And here I went ahead and made a copy of it. That way I wouldn't have to go back and undo a lot if I didn't like the width that I had of it. But I'm going to go ahead and hollow the pedal out now due to the fact that it will have to go into the factory pedal unit. And here I'm having to delete out a little bit of crap where I didn't make the cut completely go over top of everything. But now I'm able to bring it out a little bit and kind of get the outer, well, rather inner wall around it to verify that I have enough there to, hold up. And again here, I'm kind of getting everything figured out, how thick that I want the pedal to be. And it turned out, for now anyway, that I'll have it good enough for, what I'm wanting to do. But here, I am building the kind of hook to go up into the pedal. That will help keep it from moving, like how the factory OEM pedal had. And then I'll have to hollow it out again, but no big problem there. And I'm giving everything a little bit of a fillet, that way it'll fit up a little bit better due to the factory pedal having a fillet on every corner too. Again, having to delete out a little bit of crud here where I got it a little bit tricky, but ended up cleaning all that up here. And hollowed out the part that'll be the hook to go on there, and brought it up a little bit. I didn't need it to be that thick, well, rather that deep anyway. And I'm going to go ahead and throw it over into our printing thing here in order to get it printed up. And I'll go ahead and print it out of PLA, and we will go from there. And now after we got our prototype 1 broken off from the build plate, we'll go ahead and remove everything here, all the old organic on it here, and we'll try to fit it up, figure out what we need. Alright, after getting it cleaned up here now, got that. We'll talk about that mark here I made in a moment. But overall, right here will be the prototype pedal to begin off with. You can already tell, maybe if I can find what I did with the factory one. Oh. Alright, you can already tell that I've made it a little thicker than the current OEM one. And I did that on account of wanting to bring the pedal out toward your foot more. And I'll be making it wider that way out my thumb too. That way you can get more area for your foot to put your heel on during the heel toe. Yeah, right here you got that one. And overall, I'm pretty happy with print number 1. Normally I'm way more off than what I am right now. The main thing I have to do, and I'll let you look at how it kind of fit here. I have not yet done a bolt hole. That had been the mark right there on the printed part right above my thumb. But yeah, overall it don't fit bad. Again, I'll be bringing it out more toward that way to the right here to make it wider. I do have to cut down on the total length here of that bottom part where the kind of bottom part of the pedal unit here will butt up to the printed part. But overall, not looking bad. I've got it cut down on the top here by about 5mm, give or take, and about 5mm again here back toward the bottom to let it butt up on the bottom of it. But yeah, overall, not bad at all for the beginning go around. And again, where I made that mark right there, well, I've got it off now, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to kind of make it that dimple die, grippy look and feel. That way you can keep your foot on it. And I'll be running a threaded copper thing in here, and we'll talk about that. But I want to print one to begin off with and verify that I have it in the right area before I go and putting one in there. They are really hard to get out after you put one in there, due to the fact that you can only really get them out by breaking whatever you printed. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that back on the drawing board, get another one printed, and we'll go from there. And now we're back. Got another one off the printer here. I did go ahead and make it quite a bit wider. You can tell here following the line of the OEM pedal. Went ahead and brought it over about 3/4 of an inch, if not more. Got it mounted in a temporary way to the pedal. That definitely won't be the final one. I'll have that little threaded heated collar in right there, and it'll go flat in there. There won't be a nut like I have it now, but for, you know, figuring out how wide I want the pedal, how tall I want the pedal, do have a little bit more length that way out toward your foot right now with the width. And yeah, getting there. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back on the car now and kind of feel out what I think it may need, if I need to be wider, if I need to come out more, and then we'll go from there. And bring you back now with a quick update. I forgot to record, kind of trying it out with my foot on here to, you know, kind of feel it out. But overall, I think we're getting there. I don't think I really want to bring it over further to the brake pedal. I may end up bringing it up. Clearly we're going to go ahead and print another one, I think, in a better material, and I will kind of drive around with that, figure out if I like it or not. I think it would benefit me. If not, we'll go from there. But yeah, overall, I think that'll be the final look, more than likely. Do have complete down and up travel of the pedal, no contact with anything. Definitely want to keep the ability to go wide open throttle and not contact anything with the pedal and maybe break it. But yeah, overall pretty good. I'm gonna print another one now in what I can put that little threaded or heated threaded part into. That way I can firmly bolt it down, and after that we'll try it out on the road. And back with a quick update here, if I can get the light to quit being weird. Let me turn that off. Okay, anyway, got our little threaded deal in here that I had. Are you gonna do the thing? Okay. A little threaded deal in here that you have to heat up and put in. If you've ever looked at an intake manifold where the intake manifold would go on to the throttle body, it'll have them right here due to the fact they are made differently, and by that I mean they're not FDM or additive manufacturing. Yeah, they're a different method for making the part in general, like, you know, compared to putting one layer down, one layer down, one layer down until you get all the layer. But either way, if you ever look at intake manifold, they have them in here too, due to the fact that they are incredibly good, hold very well, and hold up a very long time. But literally all you do will be to find whatever metric thread hole diameter you have. You take one of them, put it on the end of one of them here, and I've got that tip in there in order to thread it on, and you'll do a thing like that until you get it flat with your part. Thankfully, I meant to double check. Well, to be frank, I didn't even look if I would have more length in between my finger than I did the part, but I didn't really care due to the fact that it could come out the back part here further and it would be no big deal, but I did want it to be flat with the front, and we did get that. Now I have to cut a bolt, I believe. I have to mock it up, run it all the way through the pedal into here, and cut the bolt however long I need it to be. And then after that, we'll get on to putting it on and take it out for a drive and kind of R&D it a little bit. Maybe I'll have to make another, maybe it'll be good. Who might know? All right, hopefully you all can hear me. I apparently did not come prepared at all with my other GoPro mount for the pedal cam, nor did I bring my other mount for the window to kind of get a better view of me driving along with it. But hopefully here, the way I've rigged up the camera here looking at my feet, that will help. If not, it'll probably be a terrible video, but you know, I'm trying here. But we'll go for a quick drive really quick, and I'll kind of break down the overall kind of heel to toe or kind of left to right thing we got going on here. that I think might be arguably better. That way you're not having to turn your foot in a weird kind of unergonomic way. But ultimately, you know, whatever you can work with, from there will be, you know, whatever you learn on will ultimately be, you know, the better way to do it, or whatever you feel more comfortable with, rather. Get another one. That. And I'm I would have taken it on the back road and done it, but I don't think I'm quite comfortable up to that level yet to really feel the amount of braking I need to the amount of revving I need, and that could be a really big problem when you're driving right on a literal cliff. But I figured, you know, I'd kind of give you like a rough idea here of everything we got going on. One time again. Got another one. I didn't get that one, but hopefully you get the idea by now. But overall, I'm a lot happier with it here, with being able to kind of roll your foot over one way or the other to brake and rev, you know, kind of roll it over to the right to rev. I've got it fairly even on height with the brake pedal, and that way you can, you know, brake pretty hard if you need to while getting a good rev in. If you don't have enough, if you're not braking hard enough, then you won't really be able to get a good rev in. And I think that I've got it pretty well where I need it to be. We can, you know, if I end up becoming unhappy with it on the back road or track coming up here in the latter part of the year, then I can redo it. But for now, I think I'm pretty happy with it, and yeah, overall, happy with it. No complaint there. I probably will end up making it a product. I'll have the link down below for that if